Today I've got a minor key chord progression to show you that you can do a lot with very quickly. Now minor chord progressions often have this kind of beautiful, brooding, dark, but also uplifting effect when you play them on the piano, and this one is no exception. Let's find out more. What I'll do is just play it through once with a really simple left hand, probably just one note at a time, and in the right hand I'll just use some really simple broken chords just to create some musical interest. Here we go. So to start with, you might just want to copy what I was doing there or something like it. If you're going to do that, there are two things I want you to notice right away. First of all, you might have noticed that I was using an awful lot of the piano's sustain pedal, the right hand pedal. Now people often misunderstand the sustain pedal, yeah? It does two things. The first thing it does that's really handy is save our fingers from a lot of complicated work moving from chord to chord. We can keep the notes sounding, so we can get a smooth legato sound even if we're not holding notes down all the time. Okay, so that's one of the things it does. Everyone knows about that one. But the other thing it's absolutely fantastic for is creating that lovely, rich, ringing ambient effect. An awful lot of the point of a chord progression like this is to create mood, to create atmosphere. And the sustain pedal really helps you to do that because it opens up all the strings of the piano. So you get lots of lovely overtones and lots of ringing sounds. So be sure to experiment with the sustain pedal and see what kind of effects you can create. The second thing I really want you to think about is the way you voice the chords. Yeah, when you're choosing which chord shapes to play and how to break up the chords, make sure that you're always trying to get, first of all, yes, a good sound, but also make sure that you're getting the identity of the chord in there. So if it's supposed to be a minor chord, make sure that you're not just playing D and F, because that could be part of a B flat chord. Okay, so we want D minor, so we're going to make sure we're sounding D, F and A in fairly close proximity to one another. Yeah, again, that is where the sustain pedal can really help you, because it helps you to, you know, keep one note ringing even if you're not hitting it. Okay, so think about the voicing of your chords. If at any stage you're not sure about your chord voicing, then the number one thing to do is to use your ears. Does it sound right? If it sounds right, then yes, it probably is right, or it's probably acceptable at the very least. If in doubt about a chord voicing, by the way, ask me. Drop me a question down in the comments and I'll always be happy to help out. Now, if you want to build your confidence with this chord progression before you get to that stage, you could take a step back and play it even more simply with just a single note left hand and block chords in the right, like this. Now, even if this is all you do, remember that the whole point of this chord progression is to really exploit that dark, reflective minor key sound, yeah? So don't forget to put in a little bit of expression, yeah? Vary the dynamics, vary the louds and softs, and listen to the kind of moods you can create with these minor chords. And also the contrast you get when the minor chords transition to major chords, because that can be a lovely rich sound as well. So now let's get a little bit more advanced. What I'm going to do is play through the progression a couple more times, only this time I'm going to improvise in a slightly more elaborate way. I'm going to use techniques like chord suspension, chord extension. I'll probably use some rhythmic anticipation. I might use a little bit of rubato. Don't worry if you don't know what those terms mean. It's more important that you look at what I'm doing and maybe pick up some of these ideas for yourself. This is one of those times when you might find it really useful to slow the video down. And remember, you can do that at any stage using the little cog icon in the bottom right hand corner of the YouTube video screen. Okay, so what I want you to do now is try that for yourself. Try playing through the progression, probably in a fairly simple way to start with, just like I demonstrated at the start of the tutorial. But as you get more confident with it, try to drop in some of the stuff that I was doing just there. Play it over a few times, see if you can pick out some of the techniques that I was using. And if you have any questions about anything I was doing there, about the chords I was playing, the techniques I was using, just stick them in the comment thread below and I'll do my best to help you.